Everyone, and welcome to our live watch along show on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzy, and I'm your host for this evening. The final day of the season is upon us as Liverpool face Brentford. Now, it might just come across that it's just a normal fixture. It's not, unfortunately. We still need to get a result. We need to get at least a point in order to guarantee Champions League qualification. We've got teams like Bournemouth, Brighton that are kind of in the race for Champions League qualification as well. So we need to make sure we do what's needed, and that is to get uh, at least a point or a win today. And of course, it's an emotional day today as we say goodbye to Andrew Robertson and Mohamed Salah. So yeah, it's going to be an emotional one, I guess. But of course, we'll let the football do the talking for us as we watch the game first, and then we'll stick around, and then we'll do the sort of the end of season formalities where we watch, the players walk around. And I don't know if Arsenal's going to grab the mic. I hope not, but we'll probably get some words from Mohamed Salah and from Robertson at some point. So yeah, it should be one to remember, I guess, as it will be an emotional game today. Um, let's go through some of the comments here. Ozan, big up Ozan as always. Says end of an era, Ozzy. Yeah, it is. You are definitely right on that one. Um, might not be able to stop getting emotional after the final whistle blows. It is going to be emotional. I feel like for me, I've been watching the videos of Robertson and Mohamed Salah, you know, basically saying their goodbyes and reminiscing in terms of the memories that they've created for all of us. And yeah, it feels a bit surreal right now that they are going to leave. I think once the game finishes and we see them waving goodbye, I think he'll hit home a bit more. But yeah, it's one of those ones where we'll just have to wait and see until that moment, I guess. But yeah, it is definitely going to be an emotional one. Ozan says, Aussie bro, I've got no optimism of winning any silverware next season. If your manager slot is still here, that's not my manager, Ozan. I feel like that's your guy right there. So yeah, that is not my manager. Uh, that's not what um I've been trying to preach to the choir, I guess. I've been very vocal that I don't want him here. But hey, let's see. As we've been speaking about all week, we'll get some clarification, I'm sure, in the next coming days if he is going to lead the team next year or not. Only time will tell. Also, after the final whistle, TV off right away. Don't want to see any Arsenal celebrations whatsoever. Yeah, to be fair, for me, it's just Liverpool focus. I think normally what they do, I'm going to double check. Um, once the final whistle has taken place, I believe Liverpool pretty much have a live stream on their YouTube channel where you can kind of see um, the end of season formalities where the players are with their families and they walk around the stadium, and then there might be a few speeches from the likes of Slaw or from Salah Robertson as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, in terms of how it's going to pan out. But yeah, I'll probably turn the TV off, or turn the channel off, I should say, and then switch over to YouTube because that's where they normally stream it. But I'm just going to double check because it is worth knowing, what time that stream begins. Otherwise, you can tune into Liverpool LFC TV, and that's where we'll see. I think the end of season formalities as well. So I'm just going to check what time it's going to be. Are they even showing it? Doesn't look like it's been listed, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have it on the background, but otherwise, I'm just gonna switch it over to LFC TV, and I can kind of take it from there. As I said, okay, I'll watch that instead. Good cause. Yeah, just watch that. Don't listen. I'm not entertaining any celebrations whatsoever. I don't know if you've seen online. There's a lot of people that live in London that are willing to go to the parade just so they can enjoy the vibes, more or less. But for me, that is a bit of a sellout type of behavior. Especially if you are a football fan, there's no way you can go and celebrate someone else's win like that. That doesn't make sense. You don't go to your enemy's territories and do that, do you? So for me, no, that is not acceptable. McAllister had the shot, oof, blocked there. I think that was Thiago who made the block. Will the Arsenal parade be anywhere near your neighborhood, bro? No. So I live in South London, so Arsenal are based in Northwest London. So no, I'm not there any, not I'm not near there at all, unless I was commuting or heading towards that direction. But I'm gonna try and make sure I have no plans anywhere near that part of the town. So yeah, not at all. Aren't you nearby Euston Station? No, no. So Euston Station is where I would take the train if I was to travel to Liverpool, for example. So no, um, Euston is more central to where I'm from. I live in South London, so yeah, nowhere near those celebrations. So yeah, not for me, not for me at all. In regards to that. I haven't gone through the lineups. Let me bring up the lineups and we can see who's starting today. Because of course, there's huge discussions about who's going to start. It's not going to start with Salah and all that sort of stuff. So let's have a look. Um, so in terms of the Liverpool team, we have Alisson Becker and goal. Good to see him back in action. At the same time, I'm feeling hopefully this is not his last game because there are a few players that are unfortunately got a question mark over their heads if they're going to stay or not. So yeah, that's going to be one of those moments, unfortunately. You got Robertson starting. Good to see him being featured. You got Van Dijk, Konate, and Curtis Jones. And in the midfield, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah on the right, Szoboszlai in the advanced midfield role, Rio and Gomorrah starting on the left-hand side, and the son-in-law, aka Cody Gakpo, leading the line. And for Brentford, you've got Kelleher, Lewis Potter, Collins, Vandenberg, Kayode, as expected. Then you got Janot and Henderson. So the former captain makes his return to the lineup. Then you've got Sade, Jensen, Otora, and you've got Igor Thiago leading the line. In terms of the Liverpool bench, got quite a few options. We've got Joe Gomez, Endo, Kirkhead, Wirtz, Isak, Chiesa, Mamadashvili, Frimpong, and Trenioni. So hopefully those players will be featured in some capacity today. I'm also going to try and keep an eye on the other scores as well, because we will need to definitely keep an eye on what's going on. Scroll comment here from us and say, bro, really the only game today with any sort of jeopardy is Spurs and Everton with them escaping relegation. Yeah, I think there's still an eye on the Bournemouth game and the Brighton game in case they were to get a result, because that could put them in contention to qualify for Champions League football. Of course, we spoke about this the other day. It would have to mean that Villa are losing to Man City, for example. So let's see. That will be the intriguing part. But of course, the relegation one is definitely one to keep an eye on, because if Spurs go down, that would be a catastrophe if that was to happen. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen in terms of their imminent future. Just give me a second. Apologies, my today because there's so many games being played. I normally have like Sky Sports on the back, but I'm using a different channel today, Sky Plus today, so it's not running as smooth as I have wanted. But let me have a look, see what's happened to my link. In terms of your other comment there, Ozan, you said, Ozan, were you satisfied that Jess Spence was picked over Trent? Uh, I like Jess Spence to be fair. I think he's a very good defender. So I do think he deserves to be included. However, I'm still surprised that Trent never got involved in terms of the lineup because um, I think that was a bit harsh. I think you still need a player of Trent's quality in the team. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by that, if I'm being brutally honest with you. But I'll be honest with you, I'm from here. Of course, I'm from England. I was born and raised in London, but I don't really have a strong affiliation with the national team. So I'm not going to lose too much sleep in terms of who's being selected and who's not being selected. But from a neutral football fan point of view, palm to once again as like but imagine if there are like 2 or 3 minutes, 2 or 3 injuries to the England forward line, and somehow Rio makes the squad. That's something I don't want to see, and I don't want to sound like a bit of a downer, not wanting Rio to play in the World Cup and all that sort of stuff. But he's too young. And from a selfish standpoint, I don't want him to be involved and get burnt out. So when he arrives preseason, he's not as energetic as we would like him to be. Because I feel like next season is going to be the season where hopefully he breaks through and hopefully he can try and have an impact and fight for a position where he's trying to play week in, week out. I think he will play a lot of games for us next season. Whether he's the first day on the team sheet, I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he'll be in rotation with whoever is the left wing option. And I think he'll get a lot more games, not 5 or 10 minute cameos here and there. I think he'll get a lot more starts, like he has been doing the last 2, 3 weeks, to be fair. I'm expecting that to be a more of a common theme for him next season, which is going to be positive and exciting to see how he progresses. And there's also strong rumors circling that he's going to take Mohamed Salah's shirt number. Uh, Personally, I don't know if that's the right call, because I feel like it's a bit too soon to give him that shirt number. 11 is a established number. It's a number that a lot of great players have had over the years. But at the same time, he does have the potential to be that type of player as well. Oh, I thought Mohamed Salah was about to produce a shot there inside the box, but Brentford have a free kick. Um, oh, that's it. Then England win the World Cup since yeah, they haven't won the World Cup since '66. So yeah, that's the first and only time that they've won the World Cup. That's the deal, Aussie. I like the new kit we are in. Yeah, I like it as well. To be fair, of course, it's got that sort of that same design from the candy kit from the 80s. Yeah, it does look nice to be fair. I think um, I would like to buy it. I will probably buy it at some point. The only reason I'm being hesitant is because I don't want to wear stocks the manager and I'm not in full support mode, if that makes sense. If we had a new coach, then I feel like it'll be a new sense of excitement. So that's what I'm waiting for. Oh, Jones trying to find, I think it was that Groundwork inside the box. Unable to find the striker there. I feel like what no, sorry, it was Cody Gakpo. What he should have done there. I feel like he could have passed it to Rio, but I don't know if he had that vision to source him in that way. But yeah, I do feel like that was an opportunity. But hey, we've got a corner kick now. Oh, punched away by Kelleher. Go on, Rio. Rio shoots. Blocked there by the Brentford defense there. Good turn from Gravenberch. Finds Salah. Salah dinked cross. Cody Gakpo unable to do anything there. Ozens asks, who is your top 3 pick to win the World Cup then, Ozzy? France, for me, definitely. I'd say Spain, and I'd say Germany. I think those are the 3 teams that I'm looking at, thinking they will have very strong squads. I normally go for Brazil because, I have no Brazilian alliance whatsoever, but, growing up, Brazilians were, the best footballers, the best teams, they played with flair and excitement, they were a joy to watch. So, you always resonate with teams like that. But I don't think they've got a very strong team or squad. I know they brought in Neymar, which I'm quite happy to see because I mean we'll get to see Neymar in the Brazil shirt again, and it might be for the last time as well. But in general terms, their team doesn't look very strong. So I would go for France, Spain, and Germany. I think England wouldn't be too far off that, to be fair. Maybe I'll go with England in fourth if you were to ask me for a top 5. And I think who would be 5th place? Maybe Portugal would be 5th place, I think. So that would be my sort of top 5. And I'll say Brazil, Argentina, maybe as well. Maybe Argentina could be high, but I feel like those teams are quite solid, to be honest. Um, as Dad's asking, why isn't Isak starting Aussie? I have no idea. I was quite surprised. I didn't check in terms of the pre-game sort of rituals in terms of why certain players were selected or not selected. I just literally logged on, saw the lineup, and I thought, a bit surprised that he didn't start. Maybe he wasn't fully fit, or maybe because Cody Gakpo is his son-in-law. Look at it one way or the other. So that's the only explanation I have. Uh, that's it. England are not in the top 3. Bro, for me, Spain, Brazil, and England. Okay, you're still going for Brazil. I don't feel like Brazil have a great team, to be honest with you. So that's just my take there. Spain, yeah, I think Spain are probably favorites for a lot of people. I do like the France team. I feel like the France have not only a great team, they have a great squad as well. I feel like they've got plenty of depth. So I would go more towards France, Spain. I think Germany as well. Nagelsmann, manager that we've been linked to. He plays some really, really good football. Um, so that could be something that they might be one of those sort of like dark horses where people aren't expecting too much from them, but then they really deliver. But I'm excited. It's back to work. I think because the season's coming to a close, we're now thinking, oh, when's the next football going to be coming? And now it will be in a few weeks' time. Not long to go in about 2 weeks, I think. So yeah, not long to go. As I said, France is not firing, but even if Mbappe steps up, I think they'll switch up in the World Cup personally. But let's see. Argentina old, yeah, I know, but I feel like you refer to as old. I'm probably someone might say it's experience, so it could play a part. But I'm expecting to see France and Spain, Germany. Those are the teams that in my head, I'm thinking are going to do really well in the tournament. Ozan said, by the way, bro, I'm going to 2 games. Yes, you did mention it to me. Let me know which games you're going to. Oh, Mohamed Salah's hit the post. So unlucky. So unlucky there. Morocco and Haiti. That's gonna be cool. And DR Congo and Uzbekistan. Listen, any World Cup games, it's all good. You live 20 minutes from the stadium. Oh, so which stadium are you nearby? That's pretty cool. That's convenient as well at the same time, isn't it? So yeah, that's nice. That says Fulham 1, Newcastle no. Oh wow. Who's scored for Fulham? It's funny, Fulham really don't have much to play for. Well, Newcastle in the league because it's going to be a very interesting summer for them. If they don't get any European football, it's curtains. They will have to make some sales in order to oblige with the PSR rulings, all that sort of stuff. Newcastle 11th, yeah, they're not qualifying for Europe anytime soon. So yeah, could be interesting summer. Salah, oh, almost scoring a goal there, denied by Kelleher. Salah looking explosive on the right wing today. Definitely wanting to score, and no, I don't blame him. That would be the right sort of send off as well. So yeah, it'll be good to see him. Atlanta, bro. Oh, the stadium is quite huge, isn't it? From what I've heard. That's cool. And is that the stadium where the Atlanta team play as well? Because if that is, yeah, I've seen pictures of it. That stadium looks massive. I don't know what. Let me check what the capacity is. Is that the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, right? And the capacity. What's the capacity? Let's have a look. The capacity is wow, 75,000. Say that is a lot of seats there. Suppose like, oh, just missed the post there. Liverpool in full flow right now. Salah's had a couple of chances. Now Suppose like goes on a bit of a solo run himself. Left footed shot. Just misses the post. Look like Keller might have had a touch there. Don't think we'll be given a corner kick. I said, bro, Kelleher spends it more in it. He just needs to give a man a go. Yeah, he should. He should. Um, if it's a penalty, I'm sure he'll let him score it. But obviously, he won't tell anyone that's that's the reality because might get done for match fixing there. But yeah, hopefully Salah scores today. I think that'd be very fitting if he does. Obviously, yes, bro. It was retractable roof. It's cool. Yeah, I've seen like footage and like images of it. It looks cool. Looks like a really cool stadium. Hopefully, you have a great time there. That says Mick Foley is on a AEW pre-show tonight, Ozzy. AEW pre-show. Okay, what's he doing there? He just cut his ties with WWE. Actually, he did have an issue with WWE, didn't he? I think he was on a Legends contract, but then I think there was something political. I think it was regarding Donald Trump, and then he just wasn't happy with the WWE stance or the way they were in dialogue with the president. So I think he cut ties. So yeah, that's probably why he's at AEW now. Or he's having a pre-show arrangement, I think. Honestly, Subtle man. Yeah, I thought he was going to score, to be fair. Salah so close to scoring as well. So close. Hits the inside of the post. And it's funny because I know Salah and Sabozda have been practicing free kicks in training. They revealed some footage earlier on this week. So yeah, practice makes perfect. Almost perfect there in that moment. Daz is giving us an update. There's City 1, Villa nil. That is going to be very interesting in terms of how the table is looking now. The players having a drink break as it is very hot today. In London is absolutely baking. What's the temperature here? For you, Ozan, it's probably not much because obviously in America, America's really, really hot. But for us British people, it's very hot right now. It's 30 degrees for us, which is, yeah, just about bearing it indoors right now. So, yeah, Semenyo is the scorer. Interesting. That's fitting as well. If Bournemouth were to get a result, Semenyo could be giving them a helping hand in Champions League qualification. So I think the City fans will be happy that they get a win, but also Bournemouth fans will be in appreciation for Semenyo to help them out, even though he's not a Bournemouth player anymore. So yeah, that would be quite fitting as well, I guess. 12 degrees for us right now and raining, bro. Oh bloody hell. Yeah, we're polar opposites right now. Yeah, we're enjoying the sun. We've got a whole week of sunshine next week, which doesn't happen a lot in the UK. So us Brits will definitely be making the most of it. Um, for sure. You'll be seeing barbecues and people going up to the beach and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's holidays as well in terms of kids. So obviously with my kids, definitely going to be taking them out all week. So yeah, it should be a fun week nonetheless. Musa, big up Musa as always. He says, not how I wanted to start this game. How is Liverpool not ahead? You ask me. It's because you've got a great keeper in between the six in Raymond Kelleher there. I think if Allison was to leave, we might have to give you guys a ring and try and get our player back because that's a player I really rate. I think Kelleher's a fantastic goalkeeper. So yeah, I think he's the reason why we haven't scored yet. But as long as we keep going, keep putting the pressure on Brentford and the defense, and hopefully we'll break that deadlock very, very soon. Good control by Rio. Good pass there from Robertson to Gakpo. Oh, great pass from Szoboszlai. So I just unable to hit a shot with that control. Wasn't even a bad controlled effort there. It was just a bit difficult for him to hit that shot, maybe slightly heavy in the end. Oh, Sunderland have scored as well. I'm just hearing. That's right, and Sunderland just took the lead. Salah on the run. Great run from Salah. Gakpo. Terrible pass. Gakpo could have laid it off to McAllister, controlled it, or hit it to Rio on the other side. Just seems a bit clueless in this striker role, which I don't understand. I'm not even trying to sound harsh here. Yes, I know he's a predominantly a left winger, but he has played a false nine role, so he's played a central attacking role before. For me, there's no reason why he doesn't understand, how to hold the ball or lay it off to people. And he's had numerous opportunities, so there's actually no excuses. It should be something that he's been working on in training, but I mean, it doesn't look like he has. So Salah on the ball again. Gonna on the ball. Is this his last game today? I don't know. I would like to say it isn't. But when you don't get any confirmation, you just never know, isn't it? So hopefully we'll get some announcement in the near future. I'm expecting it to be next week if he is staying or not. Rio on the left side up against Coyote. Robbo the cross. Decent cross there. Cleared away by Brentford. Jones to Salah. Callister with the interception. Free kick for Liverpool. Soft free kick. Yeah, I get it. Of course, there's more argument in terms of what happened with Thiago and Konate earlier on. Salah. Oh, is that a penalty kick? No? Okay, John's looking bemused in terms of what's happening there. They're reviewing it, so let's see what happens. Yeah, I was gonna say no pen there. What was I saying? I swear to God, one hand is a Liverpool spy in disguise. Ah, he's doing all right. I think he's doing that bad. I think he's doing all right. He's not doing too bad today. Salah's definitely hungry for it today, isn't he? Definitely wants to score that goal. Good interception there from McAllister. Salah still has a look at Salah. Salah's on it today. McAllister to Robertson. Go on, Robbo shoots. Here's Coyote, goes over the bar. Corner kick for the Reds. Corner kick taken from Salah. Groundwork with interception to Jones. Groundwork to Szoboszlai. Man on. Just about gets away from Thiago there. Jones on the ball. Oh, Salah chasing for the ball. Can he get it? Can have just about makes that clearance. Go on, Salah. Go on, Salah. Good play there from Salah. First time Liverpool playing with a bit of aggression today. Or maybe that's coming from Salah and, it's going down to the team as well. And of course, they're going to try and do everything they can to help Salah score today. So that might be the case as well. Van Dijk, good pass there. Salah, misplaced pass there. Jones was really well in a high pressure situation there. Passed it with real composure to Konate. Ozan with the comment said, "Bro, Ozzy, imagine if only one or two actions this year went our way and Mo and Robert would have 4 Prem titles instead of 2. Facts. We were so close on winning on a few occasions. If it wasn't for Man City, we could have won a bit more, to be fair. But what I find funny is that Arsenal fans are getting ahead of themselves, thinking, no, they've had a rivalry with Man City. There has never been a rivalry with Man City. You got to relax yourselves. So what's like the cross to Gravenberch? Can he shoot? Oh, good shot there from Gravenberch. Great save there by Kelleher. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. If Allison goes, and I don't want him to, I'm just, stating what could happen. I'd sign Kelleher again. I mean, he's such a solid keeper. That's what you need for me. So, yeah, bring back Kelleher. That would be my stance, to be honest with you. If Allison was to go. Double D, big up Double D as always. It says, Forest helping us. What's the result at Forest? Let me have a look. Ah, yes, they are. 1-0 up against Bournemouth. Jones, the cross. Salah to McAllister. Oh, well done, McAllister. Ah. I said, nah, Kelleher's doing too much, man. Look, he's trying to get our attentions again. It's obvious. He sees the rumors. He knows Alisson might be leaving. So he's thinking, I got to turn up here. I got to show and remind the Anfield crowd what kind of goalkeeper I am. And look, I'm sold. Let's get him back. Bring him back. I'm all for it. Let your friends score. And He'll let it happen. He'll let it happen. No, he can't do it early on. You gotta make it into a sort of dynamic ending towards the end. So no, he's gonna try and make it cinematic for us. That's how I'm visioning it right now. To be fair, most said, "No, you're not taking our keeper." Listen, I'm hoping we've got a buyback clause or something because it should have been inserted. If it isn't, then more question marks from Richard Hughes there in terms of what he's doing. But yeah, I'd get him back. I think it's a shoe-in, to get him back. He knows what it takes to be a Liverpool goalkeeper. He's been, he's come through the ranks here. And whenever he's called upon, he's lived up to the pressure. He's always delivered. Very barely made any mistakes, whenever he played for us. So yeah, I'd bring back Kelleher personally. Let me look at how old is Kelleher? He must be like mid-20s. Not even that old, is he? So yeah, bring back Kelleher. How old's Kelleher? Kelleher's 27. Great age for a goalkeeper. Rio, he shoots. Woo! Oh, just missed. What a shot that was from the young kid. Oh, that was inches. Oh, that was so close. What a strike. And he's hit with real power. And see just curling towards the end. Great technique on the shot there from Rio and Gomorrah. I was say, would you activate that buyback clause for Kwanzaa though, Ozzy? I forgot how much the clause was though. From what I remember, I think it was about 50 million. That was the release clause. I don't know if that's euros or pounds, but I remember the figure being 50. So I think it's 50 million pounds. Would I activate it? I think we can activate it from next summer onwards. So possibly. I'll have to watch him see how he progresses in Leverkusen for next season and see if we need him. Because you've got Van Dijk that is on his last year contract next season. So whether he gets another contract, only time will tell. But based on the things that have happened this season, I don't think he will stay just because of the age profile and all that sort of stuff. So maybe Quansah can return as a ready-made Van Dijk replacement, if that makes sense. But it'll have to depend, how we do next season. It also depends on how Jack settles, for example, how Leone settles, how much of an impact those two young defenders have. So it'll depend on those kind of factors there before I can say yes. But I would definitely say it should be considered next season. I was gonna say I thought that was in. I thought it was. I was just waiting for the neck to rattle, but it just didn't happen. Oh, oh, what a save from Ali. That was a ninja looking save there. Like a flying kick of some sort. Salah to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai with the cross. Gakpo! Good block there from Coyote, but I'm expecting better from Cody Gakpo in that moment. Spurs score. They're celebrating like they won the Premier League. Looks like we're gonna have two parades in North London. It's gonna be Arsenal and Tottenham. Gakpo should have done better there, I think. Should have followed the cross and then done, headed it the other direction. He tried to go for the near post. It's Allison coming up for the corner. No, he's not. I saw Allison jogging, so I thought maybe he's trying to go for the corner kick there. Thinking, mate, you don't need to go this early. It's only first half. William Gama on the ball on the left wing. Cross, not bad cross at all. Cleared away by Brentford, sorry. Lovely. Oh, I was going to say lovely pass to Rio from Allison, but Kelleher read that perfectly. I was going to say, why is Deserby's knee sliding in celebration? It's only half time. I haven't even seen. I need to watch this because he's trying to do a Mourinho there, isn't he? He's trying to do the knee slide. But yeah, you can't be celebrating at half time. Behave. I know emotions are high, so I'm one to talk, but yeah, you gotta stay humble until you're getting closer to the end or there's a bigger score gap. But of course, you know, emotions run high. And because it was the first goal, I'm sure it was like an element of frustration that, you know, had to be released there. But let's see. Thiago, oh, great interception there from Gravenberch. Or Taro, he's been quiet today. He's normally very lively. Good tackle from McAllister. Poor pass though. Or tired across. Too much pace in the end. Got 3 minutes of stoppage time. Great interception from Rio. But not completely clear there, but it's with the keeper now. Kelleher on the ball. Kelleher from Van Dijk. Robertson with the throw in. Clearance. There you go. Salah through on goal. He still has the ball. Can you shoot? Shoot! Curtis Jones angry with Salah there. I understand, but don't blame Salah for trying there. But maybe he should have passed it there, to be fair. Good clearance there from Robertson. Had to be done. Corner kick. Could be the last kick of the first half. Look at this. Great challenge there from Lulu Potter there. First half could have been 1-1. Yep. Gakpo should have buried that. And Allison saves. So yeah, again, yeah, he did. I'm not here to take shots, but I don't think Mohamed actually would have made that block. Doesn't have that in his locker, unfortunately. Clearance there from Cody. And that is the half-time whistle. Still 0-0. At the minute, Liverpool fifth with 60 points. Brentford at ninth with 53 points. So let's see what happened in the second half. A lot going on. So yeah, let's see what the second half commences very shortly. Um, Man has that man that's really agenda in it. But I'm just not a fan of his, and I'd love to be proven wrong as well. I just don't think he's Liverpool quality, quite frankly. So yeah, and a lot of fans are split. I'll say, but some fans that are, not understanding why I don't think he's a good goalkeeper. They seem to be oblivious in terms of his frailties, if you ask me. But hey, we can have that discussion another day. Not a place, we're doing a watch along. He's not even playing, so I can't really say much about that. But yeah, what we'll do, we'll take a short break and then a bit of a breather. I need some fresh air because really baking in the room I'm in right now. So once we will come back, we'll watch the second half together and hopefully Liverpool can get results. So yeah, I'll be back with you guys very, very shortly. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the second half of Liverpool versus Brentford. Kickoff is just underway now. As it stands, I'm trying to see if there's any changes. So, no, still Alisson, Robertson, Van Dijk, Konate, Jones, McAllister, Ravenberg, Rian Gamoa, some Bosley, and Salah and Cody Gakpo. So, no changes from Liverpool. And for Brentford, I think it's the same as well. You got Kelleher, Lewis Potter, Collins, Vandenberg, Coyote, Janot, Henderson. McAllister shoots! Blocked there. Sade, Jensen, or Taro. So yeah, no changes from either team. So it's the same team that started the game. Free kick there for Rio. Van Dijk, Kanate, Cody. I'm trying to find Cody again, but Cody has no idea what he's doing on that side of the pitch. Musa, we got Musa. Says Villa just equalized. Watkins scored. Interesting. Comment here from Ozan. So, Ozzy, bro, have you ever been on a holiday cruise like in one of those massive ships? No, I haven't. To be fair, I would like to definitely try just to say I've done it. I think, but no, I've never actually been on a cruise to be honest, like Norwegian or Royal Caribbean. So I was meant to go to the Norwegian one, but just due to timing and stuff, we couldn't do it. So I think that will probably be the most likely one that we'll do because it's not far from England. You know, Norway is like an hour and a half on a plane. So yeah, we could head over there and get on the cruise there. Yeah, so that might be one for the bucket list, I would say. Corner kick for the Reds after Cody Gakpo's shot towards goal, blocked by the Brentford defense. Oh, wouldn't that be fitting? Salah scores at the top end. Hopefully, that's what happens. So was nice. Let's take the corner kick. Headed away. Miles Vandenberg, I think it was. Rio on the left wing. Step over against Sade. Cross there. I think that was blocked. Another corner kick for the Reds. What is Coyote playing at? So was like to Robbo. Robbo the cross. Janate tries to get something on it. I missed the ball completely there. Goal kick for Brentford. Nah, it's completely miscued. They didn't get any contact on the ball. Neither did anyone else in the box. Ruben Gamoa driving down the left-hand side, cuts in. Step over. One step over too many. I think he went on the wrong side. And I think it was Coyote who trapped back and made the interception. I think it was Otara actually helping out his right back in that moment. Oh, Kelleher almost giving the ball away, but look, so comfortable on the ball. That's what I like about Kelleher. Really, really assured on the ball. Salah cuts in, finds McAllister. McAllister to Rio. Rio, what can he do to McAllister? Come on, shoot someone. Salah, he shoots. Oh, Kelleher. Low shot there, makes a save. Lewis Potter. Standing at 2-0 up against Chelsea. Damn. Xabi Alonso's got a lot of work to do there, that's for sure. Brighton losing 3-0 to United. Salah cuts in. Oh, goal kick. What was the corner kick there? I thought the Brentford player got the last touch. Let's have a look. Bit hard to say, to be fair. From that angle, anyway, I can't really see it from there. Joe Jones, good pass there. Good dribbling there. Slips, unfortunately. Play moves on. Otara. Otara the shot. Wild effort there. Goes wide. Richard Hughes alongside Ian Rush. Double D saying Bournemouth have now leveled. That's going to definitely change the outlook of the league right now. Let's have a look. Chelsea in 10th place right now. Wow. Sunderland have moved up to 7th. Brighton in 8th place. We kind of need Villa to lose today, don't we? Because then if we were to get a win, then of course then we would move up to 4th. But of course we haven't done end of the bargain. We haven't scored a goal yet, so hopefully Liverpool can do something in the coming minutes because it's not a game with plenty of opportunities there. Tavernier is the goal scorer for Bournemouth. The ball hit on us in the face there. Go on, Cody. Come on. The player dropped to ground. Just get past him on the left side. Chance for Salah. Then with the side, I look there. Salah on the ball. Oh, Brentford on the ball right now. Brentford not showing much. Oh, Thiago, I thought Thiago was going to be through there. Clearance by Jones. Hmm. That ball, nice hooked pass there towards Salah. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Keeps it in play. Outside the spot. There you go. Curtis John. Fantastic finish there. Great assist there from the Egyptian King. Now we've got the goal. Now we can try and set up Salah and get him his customary goal before he leaves today. Great pass from Gakpo, to be fair. Let's give him credit. He's onside. No, behave yourselves. He's definitely onside there. And look at that pass. Beautifully done. That's how his boot. And then Curtis Jones, who is playing right back today, by the way, gets himself inside the box. Close range finish there. Wasn't going to miss. Hopefully, that is not his last goal in the Liverpool shirt. So we'll have to wait and see. The VAR are reviewing that offside move there, but I think Salah looked on the side there, so it is a goal. It will stay as it is, 1-0 to the Reds. And it's his first goal in the Premier League this season as well. So a nice moment to do that. Jonathan Henson departing from the pitch there. And look, round of applause there for the legend. He is a legend. Our former captain. Never really got the send off that he wanted, as it wasn't pre planned that he was leaving the club in the summer all those years ago. So, yeah, there you go. Oh, never in doubt, was that? Never in doubt. Just from that moment when I saw it, I knew it was onside. So yeah, never in doubt. Henderson will be in the World Cup, as I believe he's been selected for the England team. And it's the first time that there has been no Liverpool players selected in the England World Cup squad, which is not common. It's not heard of, is it? You always have one or two here and there, but no, not a single Liverpool player in the squad. Double D has just commented to say Villa are winning. Bloody hell. Have City just completely just crashed out because they've lost the title? Could be the case. Who's the goal scorer for? Come on, City. We need Villa to lose if we were to move up to fourth. You know, a win's not good enough. But we do have a better goal difference. Good tackle from Szoboszlai. Salah showing the ball. Can you find a pass? Oh, he's still got the ball. He's still got the ball. That corner kick, yes, he is. Nutmegs and trying to find a bit of space to shoot. It was closed up shot there, so that's why we have a corner kick now. Offside? No, no, no. It said Watkins. It stands. Oh, okay, it stands. Bloody hell. Salah with the corner kick. Killer. Safe pair of hands there in set pieces. Good tackle from McAllister. McAllister's been stronger in the tackles today. Is this his last game? Could be potentially. Could be. Although in the comments, Ozzy bro, do you still remember that weirdo who called a prank on you during the Corley show? Yeah. Yeah, I do remember. I don't think I've done a calling show since then, so yeah, it's definitely put me off a little bit. But I will definitely bring it back. I'll just be a bit more careful in terms of who I. Oh, for God's sake! Brentford have just equalised. Bruchade. Oh man, FFS indeed, double D. No, the player is not really interfering with Alisson's vision there, so I don't think that'll be ruled out. Oh, that's so annoying. Point blank range. Robertson tried to make the block, but I unable to do so. 1-1. Eighth goal of the season for Shada. Fiore. The cross. Clear away by Canate. No. Behave yourself. Szoboszlai, man on. Man on. Find Salah on the right hand side. Back to Salah again. Van Dijk. Torreira and Gamora. Bubba. With Gravenberch. Can he do? Finds Rio on the left hand side. Rio trying to cut in. First time cross towards Salah. Decent attempt there. Just slightly too much on the ball there. We remain in fifth place. Ah, so annoying. Why have we not made any substitutions yet? We've hit the hour mark. I think we've got to make some changes. Maybe bring on Isak for Cody Gakpo, because Gakpo has not done much for me. I know he provided the assist, but apart from that, he hasn't really contributed much. I feel like Isak would be more of a threat in front of goal. Not turn the ball. Jones to Salah. Too much there for Orion Gamora. Goal kick for Brentford. Let's have a look at our scores across the playing field. 2-1 at Villa, Man City. United 3-0 up against Brighton. Still 1-0 at Fulham against Newcastle. Spurs 1-0 up. Burnley versus Wolves. Two relegated teams there. 1-1 apiece. Forest and Bournemouth 1-1. West Ham and Leeds United 0-0. Sunderland are winning 2-1. So Chelsea have got one back, but they also have a red card. And Palace are trailing to Arsenal 2-0. Others they just need to hang on as they not concede. But still in the Champions League. I agree. If we can get this point, it's not ideal because I would have liked for us to have tried to finish in fourth place, which would have been the highest we could have done this season. Of course, that would be City need to win. I also feel like with City, the rumors, it wasn't official news at the time, but the rumors of Pep leaving before the game against Bournemouth, I feel like had a effect on the squad because they just felt a bit flat on the day. I think it might have been just an emotional barrier in their minds, knowing that the great Pep Guardiola is leaving. So that's what I feel like. That's what happened on that day. That's not me making excuses and not me, crediting Arsenal, but just a bit of an observation. Roberts, my client, is set to come onto the pitch wearing a full sleeve version of the new home kit. Honestly, I know this ain't an excuse, Aussie bro, but Diogo passing really affected everyone. people won't like to say, but it was a very valid excuse. You know, they lost someone that was very dear, very close to them. And I know for a fact, you know, a few months down the line, a few months into the season, sorry, it was difficult. I think Robertson actually said something in an interview recently that they didn't really want to train. They weren't really motivated. So much so, even the physios that were helping them, you know, in terms of making sure they're in good shape and stuff, they weren't even really fully on board in terms of what they were doing. So it had a huge impact in terms of the atmosphere at the club, and you know everyone grieves in different ways. So we have to remember that, and no one else will say to you it's an excuse because it hasn't happened to him. But yes, it does certainly has had an impact on the team. I would definitely say that. But I wouldn't say that's the reason why we've been poor this season. That's definitely not the case. But it definitely was a big factor from a mental standpoint in terms of why we weren't fully together, if that makes sense. Imagine your best mate passing you to do a live stream. Yeah, no, I hear it. I hear it. I don't really feel like it's a question, to be honest with you. I feel like there's valid reasons in terms of why the club and the players and the staff were impacted by the passing of Diego Jota. If anyone disagrees and says no, there wasn't an effect whatsoever, they have to be absolutely lying. That makes no sense. There certainly was an impact, and you can see that in terms of how we were playing on the pitch and just the atmosphere at the club, but within the fan base as well. You know, we really felt it as well. So yeah, rival fans won't vouch for us. You know, they're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, poor you guys," but it is a fact. It is a reason as to why we weren't as great and why we weren't mentally strong this season. Rian Gamora is being substituted right now. Decent game today, up against Florian Burts there. So that's the replacement right there. I think Ping Pong has been asked to warm up. Oh no, he's ready to come on now, and he will be replacing Mohamed Salah. And look, a round of applause for the Egyptian king. Everyone giving a huge round of applause for the legend who looks emotional. This is so sad to see. That's nice. Mohamed Salah, Jimmy Sajda there on the ground. Running down the wings, la 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 la, the Egyptian king. Oh, it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be sad to see him go. It really is. Yeah, it's a shame he didn't even get a goal today, did he? But he did provide the assist for Curtis Jones. 9 seasons, wonder, innit? Listen, don't get me started on rival fans, honestly. Watch now that he's left, they'll be, you know, say, oh yeah, he's unbelievable, he's definitely a legend. All that. Rival fans are the king when it comes to, you know, rage bait sort of discussions, honestly. But yeah, and quite frankly, I don't really care what rival fans have to say. We all know what Salah has done for the club, and he's produced so many amazing memories for us that will never be forgotten. So yeah, all praise the Egyptian king. Yes, I'm sad to see him go. I really am. Hill kept saying he wouldn't keep those numbers up more than one season. That it would not be sustainable. I think he's done it for a long period of time. Even his numbers this season were normal numbers for a winger. Does that make sense? Of course, in terms of Salah standards, no, they weren't, double figures and all that sort of stuff. But he was definitely a player that was consistently unbelievable over the years. That kind of level of consistency is very unheard of. The only likes of Messi and Ronaldo are capable of those levels, in my opinion. But Salah has really shown a different level since he joined Liverpool. Oh, Canate clashing with Charlotte there. Oh, that's at the back of his head. That's a bit of a sore one. It can get a bit dazed from those moments there. Also, in the comments says, I hope he stays in Europe, Aussie. He might do. According to rumours, it looks like he could be heading to Fenerbahce, who are willing to offer him a bumper deal, £17 million a season. So it could be a possibility that he stays in Europe. Let's see. I have a feeling he might go over to Saudi. I've said that for quite some time. He can still contribute to a Serie A or League One or Ligue 1, sorry, or Bundesliga club. Imagine myself at Benfica. Yeah, I don't know if Benfica, a team like Benfica would appeal to him. Of course, Marino's not even there anymore, so I don't know if that would appeal to him. I think if he was to stay in Europe, it would be a move to Turkey, which is a league he hasn't played in. Maybe Serie A, but he's already played in Serie A, so I don't know if that appeals to him as such. Liga, I don't think that appeals to him unless he's going to PSG, for example. He's not going to go to Real Madrid because I'm sure he has a strong hate for them. In terms of Barcelona, they got Lamine Yamal, so they don't really need a player in that position. So no, so for me, it's most likely to be either Saudi or Fenerbahce. That's the way I'm looking at it. But I'm sure he'll confirm in the next few days. Canate is back on the pitch, which is a good sight. Seems to be okay. Janssen with the ball. Fouled there by Canate. Free kick to Brentford. Brentford with the free kick on the left-hand side. Oh, that's said, you're right, bro. He would look at Fenerbahce. I think Fenerbahce would be a good fit for him. Playing in Turkey, Muslim country as well. So, in terms of the culture, it would be quite fitting for him. It's still a competitive league, I would say, in Europe. Obviously, not the most competitive, but it's a team that will always be in the Champions League in some shape or form. And of course, the paycheck will be very nice as well. So it ticks a lot of boxes, especially if he does want to stay in Europe. I think that would be a good move for him. So I know people say Stereo. I don't think Stereo appeals to him. You know, he's played for 2 clubs. They played for Fiorentina and also played for AS Roma. So I don't know if that would be, something that he has in mind. Because obviously, it's not just about from a footballing standpoint. He probably needs to think about his family as well. You know, where would they feel settled? So I feel like a place like Turkey would be a place where they would feel settled, or different continent where they go over to Saudi. The MLS was also a place as well that place. It's also a league that has been linked with Mohamed Salah's name. I think it was San Diego was the team because of their ownership. It's an Egyptian billionaire that wants to sign him as a marquee signing. So that could be a move that could happen. It would be a bit of a surprise because MLS for me, I see it being either Saudi or if he wants to stay in Europe, then maybe Fenerbahce. Jones to Verts. Poor effort there by my client. Probably less said the better there. Turk League top scorer is Eldar Shomurodov. I have even no idea who that is. um, as well as Paul Anachu. Never heard of these cats. I don't know who they are. I thought it would have been Osimhen and those guys, but no, I have no idea who they are. Trenioni and Kirkes coming onto the pitch. Robertson coming off. The legend. Looking emotional as well. Oh, I can't believe these two are leaving. Honestly, the whole crowd clapping to show their appreciation for our Scotsman in Andrew Robertson and probably Dr. Scouser as well as Mohamed Salah there. Henderson also clapping for the legend there. Ah, I'm sad to see him go, to be fair. Definitely one of our best left backs in our history, without a shadow of a doubt. There might be some other fans that are older than me and would have said, other names, but for me, in my lifetime, being a fan for about 30 years. Um, yeah, sure, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? Yeah, he's definitely been one of the best left backs I've ever seen in a Liverpool shirt. Man, I'm holding it back, Ozzy, but it's difficult. Listen, it's emotional, man. If you're feeling tearful, you gotta let it out. Do what you gotta do. It is emotional. Damsgaard is on the pitch now for Jensen. I thought he would have started today, personally. Good player, neat and tidy player on the wings, and in the number 10 position as well. Hey, what are you doing? You got Thiago. Man just grabbed the ball. Is he not gonna get a booking for that? Can't just grab the ball. Same volleyball, mate. Flipping hell. Trenioni, interested to see what happens with him next season. Some speculation that he might go out on loan. Let's see. I think it depends who the coach is next season. I think that will determine if he's going to stick around or not. Throwing invites to Trey. Aussie, bro, we're firmly in the slot era, innit? Listen, you mentioned at the top of the show that it's an end of an era in regards to Salah Robertson. I'm hoping next week we'll find out it's an end of an era when it comes to Arnold Slot as well. So I'm more in that camp. I'm hoping and praying that that's what happens. But I can't accept that we're firmly in it because for me it needs to end very, very soon. So hopefully we get some confirmation because it's not for me. I'm sure it's not for many of you fans as well. It's funny. I'm sure you guys will be aware. I had a clothing line that I started last year called Oswald, and I had a few designs. I had a slot ball design. Yeah, you'll never see me wear that shirt ever. Forget on screen. I wouldn't wear it in general. I probably throw it away at some point. I don't even know where it is, to be honest. So, yeah, but I was, of course, in celebration that we won the league. So that was the reason why I made that design. Oh, Otaro the header. Listen, 1-1 is a point that we need to give us Champions League football, but we struggle in the last days of games. And I don't want us to drop points now, so we need to try and get a goal. Let's be honest. McAllister, lovely pass there. For Gakpo, drives the ball. That's in. Can he shoot? Come on. Kirkes. He's good at one thing, which is to cut in and shoot, and this time he couldn't do it. I was like, bro, let me see that shirt. What's it called again? Slotwell. No, no. So the brand was called Oswald. So I just stopped. I did have designs for this season as well, but I've stopped it. Um, just because I didn't have time to, to put my effort into it. But I do plan on bringing it back at some point. But yeah, I had this was like last season, so I had those designs. This season I had designs for Ekatike, Isak, I had quite a few designs. But yeah, maybe next season I'll bring it back. But at this stage, no plans to bring it back at the minute. Ping pong, ping pong. Come on, Jones, Szoboszlai, ping pong on the right hand side. Oh, heavy touch there. Szoboszlai to McAllister. Verts, nice pass to McAllister. Hey, Van Dijk. Left centre back. I'm more like a rugby kick more than anything else. Former Ghana in Reece Nelson is coming on. Go Gomez, my guy. Is this his last game for Liverpool? There's a lot of players we don't know what the future holds. We don't know if they're going to stay or they're not going to stay. Look at Konate. We don't know if he's going to be a Liverpool player next season. Joe Gomez, speculation that he might leave as well. A lot is going to happen this season. Lots of chopping and changing in terms of squad. So if you feel like this summer's going to be quiet for Liverpool, think again. We're going to be seeing a lot of players leave. We're going to see a lot of players potentially coming in as well. Damsgaard, nice pull there for good tackle there from Kirkes, crunching tackle from the Hungarian left back. Other says Van Dijk sent that ball all the way back to Quinn and Hosley. Yeah, he did. It's still flying right now. Okay, they're about to do one of his trademark long throws. Headed away by Kirkes. 10 minutes of additional time. Bloody hell. Free kick for Brentford. This is where I'm going to be a bit wary now. Because that's a lot of extra time there. I don't know if we can hold it together. Let's do. Damsgaard sets to take the free kick. Oh my god. Made that clearance, Kirkes. Kirkes running the ball. Fine verts. Nice pass to Frimpong. Good touch from Frimpong. Verts. Oh, Verts unable to turn there. Can you believe Igor Thiago could be the number 9 for Brazil in the World Cup? No shade towards the striker. I think he's a decent finisher, but there's levels to this, isn't it? You know, from watching the likes of R9 to seeing Thiago 9, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where the team. I know they've been very slow with the substitution, and there's been quite a few substitutes today. I don't know about 10 minutes though. Of course, there was a couple more. I think Konate was on the ground due to having a clash of head there, so maybe that's why we have extra time. Frimpong, oh, to Szoboszlai. Kelleher makes the touch there and grabs onto the ball. Yeah, that should be a bit more smarter in that move there. Too predictable and too close to the player. You know, could have easily have gone around him. Tried the pass to Damsgaard. Thiago. Van Dijk with the header. Good clearance there from Trenioni. Villa still winning 2-1 at the minute. We're now 3-0. 2-0 at Fulham. 1-0 at Spurs. 1-1 between Brentford and Liverpool, of course. Burnley, Wolves 1-1. Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth 1-1. And 2-0 West Ham against Leeds. 2-1 between Sunderland and Chelsea. And Palace and Arsenal 2-2. Bloody hell. Arsenal clearly on cloud 9 right now. There's a lot of games I can see that has 10 minutes of stoppage time, 11, 8. Crazy. I was gonna say, watch Thiago win the Golden Boot award at the World Cup. He's my dark horse man. Pause. Yeah, dark horse man's a bit wild still. I hear what you mean though. I hear what you're saying. Top goal scorer. That's an interesting question. Who would be top goal scorer? Don't know. I just don't know about Thiago to be fair, but yeah, it's an interesting shout. Good tackle there. No foul. 5 minutes still remaining. Oh, we gotta get through this. That's gone straight to Alisson there. Go on, Ali. Look at that. That's the difference between Ali and Mamadashvili there. Szoboszlai. First time first to Vance. Can you score? Oh, Vance, come on. And Cody Gakpo as well. What were you doing? That was an exquisite pass there from Szoboszlai. Good save by Kelleher, to be fair. Listen, Kelleher, you were successful with your audition. We will be back with a bid in a few weeks' time if Alisson was to leave. So just hold your horses. We'll be returning with a bid. Hopefully, we'll see you at Anfield next season if Alisson was to leave, because that's the only keeper I want to see. Quite frankly, I'm on board. Supposed by the corner kick. Oh, ping pong. Jones for inverts. To ping pong. Turn. Corner kick. Yeah, corner kick there. Other thing, there's a lot of service providers in that Brazil squad. I'll go look at the squad again. I can't remember exactly who's in the squad, but I don't know. I think from a striking standpoint or from an attacking standpoint, I don't feel like they've got a lot of great players there. But I may be doing a comparison that is probably a bit unfair in terms of the historic Brazil teams from back in the day. So yeah, maybe that's why it sounds a bit harsh. But let's see. We'll definitely be doing watch-alongs in the World Cup, and I think the first watch-along I'll be doing with Brazil is Brazil versus Morocco. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Should be an exciting game. Kale's doing way too much. What did I say? We should be winning 3-1. Yeah, we should be. But he needs to audition. He needs to let's remind us how good he is, you know? He can stop now. I get it. I've already said to him that the bid will be coming, so he needs to relax now and let us score. Otara. Against two players. Just make that clearance. Just make the clearance. There you go. Well done, kid. How is Gakpo surviving another game where he's played the 4 minutes is beyond me. Downsguard. Oh, gets past Frimpong with ease there. Good interception from Verts. Versus to Moslai. Gakpo, get central. Come on now. Good pass from Szoboszlai to Kirkes. Kirkes. Keep going. Could have played it a bit more down the wing and then pick out a pass rather than go for a cross. They need to cross there. Oh God. Nelson. Jones. Oh my God. Otaro, the free header. Wow. That was a huge opportunity there for Brentford to score and win the game. Oh, I told you guys, I'm never confident with this Liverpool team. Oh, he should have buried it. Let's be honest, he should have buried it. Beautiful cross there. Oh, I just put too much power there in the end. Didn't need to do it. Just needed to guide into the box. Unlucky for Brentford there. Graham, big up Graham. Hope you're well. It says Everton useless, haven't had a shot. Have they not? Yeah. Well, we need them to drop points against an Arsenal. No, or should I say, when they face City, isn't it? That's when they turn up. But yeah, can't rely on other teams, can you? I wish Everton were getting relegated. Give us something happy to be back. At least I hear you. And that is the final whistle. Let me have a look see what the other scorelines are across the league. So let me go through the ones that are full time. Hold on. The Palace game finished 2-1. Maybe the goal that they scored was disallowed because it said 2-2 earlier on. Okay, let's see what other the scores are. Let's see. So Man City versus Aston Villa has ended 2-1 to Villa. Man United beat Brighton 3-0. Fulham beat Newcastle 2-0. The Spurs game is still ongoing, so it's not closed yet. Brentford and Liverpool ended 1-1, of course, which is our watching on for today. Burnley Wolves is still being played at 1-1 still. Bournemouth and Forest is still 1-1. But the other games, West Ham versus Leeds has finished 3-0. A little late, West Ham, in terms of turning up there. And then you've got Palace losing to Arsenal, where the match finished 2-1. And Sunderland beat Chelsea 2-1 as well. So we've got 1, 2, 3 games still being played right now. So wait for those to conclude. But yeah, bit of a crazy one, isn't it? Bit of a crazy end to the season, to the game. Um, but yeah, let's see if we can watch the. Okay, so I'm just watching a random advert from a former wrestler, Braun Strowman, who's got a food program, which is interesting. Sorry, back to back to normal scheduling. Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed in terms of how that game panned out. Even though I did predict a 1-1 draw in my match preview, I didn't have too many high hopes in terms of us winning. Felt like the first half we performed really well, but I think that's down to Mohamed Salah really wanting to score and leave on a high. I think the players were trying to help Salah in terms of achieving that mission with a goal today. Fortunately, he didn't score a goal, but he did provide an assist for Curtis Jones to give us the lead initially. But then, unfortunately, later in the game, we conceded a goal through a Sade finish that gave Brentford a point. Now, what I'm waiting for is some of the results to conclude, and then we can see the final uh, table as well. So let's have a look at the scores. Have they all finished? Yes, they have. Oh no, Spurs is still being played. It's not finished yet. Uh, but Forest and Bournemouth is now 1-1. That is the final scoreline. I was waiting for the Spurs one. Have they secured and survived in the Premier League? I will definitely not be watching the champions being awarded. So I am going to let me have a look on the Liverpool channel because that would be worth finding out now if they are going to show that because they normally do. To be fair, can't see anything listed. So if you guys have LFC TV, I think that would be the best way to catch the the footage right now. But sometimes they don't even show anything. But I'm going to put it on in the background because rather watch that than watch Arsenal pick up the trophy because that's something I don't want to see at this minute. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's got a couple comments here. Yes. If you guys switch over to LFC TV, you can see Robertson getting a huge round of applause, the fans singing Mohamed Salah's name. Salah looking very, very emotional, as understandable. Honestly, finally a humane end to an abysmal season, Aussie. Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm happy the season's finished. Not happy about the outcome to the way we've finished, but I'm just pleased that it's all said and done now, because it's been a very, very, very tough watch. Very, very tough watch. I'm surprised I've even survived there in terms of not falling asleep. It's been difficult. It's been a difficult season, and yeah, hopefully we can switch things around next season and have a better team. But of course, there's still a lot of deciding factors in terms of who the coach will be, which players are coming in, which players are leaving. So there's a lot that needs to be unraveled before we can start looking towards next season or predicting how we're going to perform. A lot needs to be done in the near future. Um, Honestly, bro, Ozzy, I just read that Mohamed Salah's assist broke Steven G's assist record for the club in all comps. Oh, brilliant! That is a great stat to break, and that is incredible, to be fair. So yeah, pleased that he's broken another record, because that would be a normality for Mohamed Salah, breaking records left, right, and center. So glad that he's broken another one. Henderson getting a send off right now as the Brentford players vacate from the pitch. Let's have a look at the league table. Hold on. Okay, so Spurs game has concluded. It's 1-0. And let's have a look at the league table. So as it stands, well, not as it stands, this is the final league table. Let me share the screen actually. Let's see if I can share the screen with you guys. There we go. So currently it's Arsenal, of course, Arsenal at the top, Man City, Man United third, Villa fourth, Liverpool in fifth place, which yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed about, to be fair. Bournemouth did amazingly well in the end, and they have got sixth place. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Does that mean that Bournemouth are in the Champions League or not? I believe it would be, but you guys will probably know better. And you've got Brighton in seventh place, and Chelsea. Huh? Chelsea have got eighth place. So unfortunately, it looks like Brentford might miss out on European football, as they're on joint points there. And you've got Sunderland 10th, Newcastle 11th, Everton 12th, 13th is Fulham, Leeds United 14th, Crystal Palace 15th, which is quite a poor season for their standards, although they do have a cup final to look forward to next week. Forest in 16th place. Spurs just about survived, but commiserations to West Ham. They have been relegated alongside Burnley and Wolverhampton. So yeah, no surprise there. Just got a few comments here. I was then asking, is that Neil Mellor on TV? Yes, Neil Mellor is a full-time media host, I guess, on LFC TV. So yeah, that is Neil Mellor, the legend. The Olympiacos goal, Neil Mellor scored a goal and provided us with an iconic goal. Yes, that is the Neil Mellor. He also scored an equaliser, I remember, against Arsenal. I think it was the last minute of the game as well. So yeah, he's definitely a player who bagged a lot of goals for the reserves. For the first team, had his moments. So, will definitely be regarded as a cult hero of some sort. But yeah, he was definitely a talent in those days. Uh, you sure it's the minimum requirement for us every season? 100%. For me, this is not a great thing to be proud of that we've got qualification for the Champions League next season. I'm a little bit uh disappointed in terms of how we've performed this season. It's been a shadow of what we should be doing. So no. Um, I guess it helps in terms of our business that, of course, we can still attract the players we want because we have European football secured. But to say we were the reigning champions and finishing fifth place, that is a big, big drop. Big, big drop. So for me, that is not good enough. Chelsea back in Conference League where they belong. Bloody hell. Another season where they have to go to random places all over Europe. Good on them. Amrit said, big up Bajans. Uh, End of the worst season I have ever watched as a fan. We just have to wish for the best next year. But if Stott is still here, uh, I ain't watching. I'm sorry, but always gonna support. You got yourself. Hope you're well, Amrish. Um, Double D said Bournemouth is in Europa League. Look, that's a great achievement for them. They haven't really played European football before, so it's a huge moment for the club. Of course, they were moments away from Champions League football, but I think that is a successful season for Bournemouth. So you can't really deny it in terms of what they've just done, which is secure European football for Bournemouth. So the Vitality Stadium will be in uproar next season when they'll be hosting teams in the Europa League. So no, congrats to them. I think they fully deserve it. Big question is regarding Andoni Iraola. Where does he go? Because of course he won't be leading them next season. It will be Marco Reus, the German manager. He will be the one that is going to take the team forward. So it's going to be interesting to see where does Andoni Iraola go. Is he going to be the next Liverpool manager? I'm praying and hoping he is. At this stage, we don't know. We're getting different reports every day. One day I feel like he's gonna get the boot. The next day I feel like, oh no, he's gonna stay because they're bringing back his old assistant and all that sort of stuff. As I'm speaking, I'm seeing Richard Hughes on my screen. Not very fond of that man at the minute, but hey, that is our sporting director at the minute. Just got a super chat. Big up Ozdan as always. Thank you for your contribution there. Is it, bro? Ozzy, thanks for all the coverage this season, man. Appreciate your support, Ozdan. And thank you for being part of the show. You've always been involved when it comes to the Watchalong and all the other shows that I do. You contribute with your comments. I appreciate your time. Appreciate you getting involved. So yeah, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. See Mohamed Salah, his two daughters and his wife on the pitch right now as part of the Guard of Honor. See a lot of people in the crowd emotional, as understandable to be fair. So we'll now be seeing Robertson coming out, getting his praise and his intro as he walks onto the pitch. Come on, Robbo. Legend. Absolute legend he is. Relentless work rate is definitely the description there. Just remember that moment where he was pressing from defense to attack. I was down to comment £8 million wonder. Honestly, the best bit of money we've ever done. 8 million sounds like absolute peanuts, doesn't it? It's literally nothing in this current market. And look, I'm not going to say that, oh, I knew this was going to happen, Robertson. I'd be a liar. And I think Robertson will probably agree, saying, he didn't envisage there's what has happened in his Liverpool career. But there was definitely a talented fullback when we signed him. When I watched him for Hull City, I thought, you know what, he's got a decent cross on him. I just don't know if he can make that transition from playing at that level to Liverpool. But I think because of his attitude in terms of application, but also his approach to how he plays the game and his relentless attitude on the pitch, I think that's what's got him to becoming one of the best left backs that the club have ever produced. So yeah, great to see. Honestly, we won't see another Robbo again. No, those type of players don't come in abundance, unfortunately. So yeah, he's definitely a special player. And of course, the stat is that Liverpool always win the league with a Scotsman. So he was our lucky charm in that regards. Guess we got to find another Scotsman to try and take that on board now. Mohamed Salah looking very emotional as his wife and kids are watching walking onto the pitch. Arnold smiling there. I don't want that guy smiling. I don't even want Arnold in the Guard of Honor. Please, someone take him to one side. Giving Joel Gomez a hug there, and Ali as well. Players that he's been very close with over the years. Good to see Ekatike on crutches there. Hopefully, he's making a good recovery in terms of his rehab. Look at that banner. Thank you, legends. Couldn't have said it better. All that saying all good things come to an end. Yeah, it is true. It is true, unfortunately. That is part of life. But yeah. I just thought maybe we would have got to see Salah and Robertson, to be honest with you, for another season. That's what I would have wanted personally. I don't know. In terms of Robertson, I feel like maybe it was just that they felt his time was up, which I don't agree with personally. Um, because they didn't even offer him a contract at all. Um, no contract whatsoever. Nothing was positioned, nothing was tabled. So he thought, you know, it's the done deal in terms of, he has no future at the club. So that's disappointing to hear. If we had heard that, oh, you know what, they couldn't come to terms, or Robertson said that I don't want to be a squad player, I want to play first team football, then look, I kind of understand and I kind of respect that. But because he wasn't given anything on the table, I have a slight resentment in terms of the hierarchy. I feel like that's a little bit of a disrespect personally, but here we are in terms of these players. But hey, let's see. Let's see what the future holds. Are we going to replace him or not? I don't know, to be honest with you. Ozan says nobody will reach the heights that Mohamed Salah took us. Yeah, I definitely agree with you that. I definitely agree. Salah to find that kind of like consistency is not going to happen like that. Um, so no, you're right. If you don't have access to LFC TV, they are streaming on LFC, in terms of Liverpool FC YouTube channel. So if you don't have access to it, switch over to their YouTube channel. They are showing the footage right now. You're probably thinking why I'm still live. It's because I'm watching it as well. So I thought, why not watch with you guys as everything concludes right now? I said, bro, him crying finally got me. Yeah, look, he held it back together in terms of holding those tears earlier on. But I think when it's all said and done, and the crowd are, cheering his voice in harmony, it gets you, doesn't it? With us fans singing his song, it probably it's hit him that he is actually finally leaving Liverpool. So yeah, emotional day. South Asian Scouts, big up Ozzy, big up yourself. I hope you're doing well. Honestly, bro, Ozzy's boot. Sorry, Hugo's boot is absolutely massive. He looks like he's got a National Express pass on his foot. That's hilarious. Yeah, those type of injuries, he can't put any weight on it whatsoever. So there's a reason why it's such a heavy boot, heavier than normal. Because I know when people have like leg injuries, it's not as big, but I don't even think it's supposed to be, walking around as such. I mean, that's all the coverage in terms of their farewell. Yeah, I think we'll call it there. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to Ozan as always. And thank you for your super chat. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Daz. Shout out to Double D. Shout out to Musa, who is a Brentford fan. So shout out to you. Thank you for your comments today. Um, Shout out to Graham and shout out to South Asian Scouser. Appreciate your engagement as always, guys. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. In terms of upcoming show, I do plan on doing a match reaction show, so we'll do that potentially this evening. If not, we'll have to schedule for tomorrow. But the best thing to do is hit that notification bell so you know exactly what time I'll be going live. Potentially 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock tonight, UK time. So yeah, make sure to be on the lookout for that. And it will be a call-in show. So if you'd like to call in and have your say, you're more than welcome to do so. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to speak with you all very, very soon. Goodbye.